Oh, the winter chill. It is sweeping through upstate New York here in late December. But we've got football from Highmark Stadium in Orchard Park. Today, a fun matchup in the AFC East, as it'll be the New York Jets taking on the Buffalo Bills. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. Now it's Taylor. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete.
It's zone defense right away here defensively, and I know that these linebackers and DBs are going to be tested throughout. They passed the first test, though. This one falls incomplete.
Taylor incomplete on first down. Here's 2nd and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hall. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
In motion goes the tight end. From the shotgun, it's Taylor. And the catch made by Johnson. And they'll bring him down 1 yard shy after a pickup of 4.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 26. In motion, the tight end. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, coaches stress their defense being physical. They don't just mean the big guys. How about the guys on the outside, the cornerbacks? It's not just their job to patrol the airspace. They can get involved in the run game as well.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
You got to give some credit. They're able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and give some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Allen. And that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Play action. Now Taylor. Now quick throw there is incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
They tried the throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. They'll run with Hall. And he is going to have a Jets first down by about a yard as they're able to convert on 3rd and 2.
That's a tremendous group effort there because when you talk about offensive lines, the best ones, talk about guys that play in harmony, in sync. and getting things done, and they did that on that play.
Yeah, especially on 3rd and 1. Got to be in sync, and they were. They go play action now. Taylor. And his throw here's incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Taylor incomplete on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10. He'll keep it himself. And holding it may be the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. And not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you've got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
Nowhere to get away, and down he goes. Taylor is sacked. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
But they've been fighting and scratching and clawing for that first sack in the game, and it turns out to be a big one. Not just a short one right there behind the line. First one they get, 10-plus yards, and the guy who has the legs to escape most of these.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And it's fielded at the 34. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. They start the drive with Cook. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 9. On a delay of game there, they could not get the playoff in time.
Frustrating for the head coach. Frustrating for the offense. Sometimes you have to get the play call in a little bit quicker.
Allen. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks.
Allen's pass complete to Brandon Cooks. It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 8.
Third and 8. So the shotgun snap to Allen. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's good.
All right, let's just go ahead and walk through this one pretty easily, right? Blast off the line of scrimmage, get downfield to a certain point, usually around 8 to 10 yards, turn around and make sure the quarterback sees your numbers and set yourself up for the pass.
A well-executed curl route by Charles Davis. First down, here's the run with Cook. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
Allen going to throw. Setting up the screen for Cook. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. A completion, yes, but certainly not what they wanted. A loss of a full 6 yards. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on first down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it up, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open. In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
And that is incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us, as they believe it's a matchup game at that point, and they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
A 40-yard attempt.
Prater's kick is good. And the Bills will take a 3-0 lead. So chalk that down as an 8-play drive, capture the field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Now Taylor. They'll set up the screen for Hall. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
That's a nice design there, but sometimes, though, you get so many blockers out ahead of you, they kind of slow you down and force you to adjust. You always appreciate guys trying to help you, but maybe one less there could have turned this into a bigger game.
Here's Taylor to throw. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. Fielded at the 20. That'll be a 47-yard punt, officially 5 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
They'll give to Cook on the read option. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver, but he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front, so if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him, picks up 3 on that carry.
And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. That will go for 9 yards and a first down on the keeper.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the first down. A nice run right there.
From midfield, here's Allen. A short throw pulled in by Kincaid. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
So from just across the midfield stripe, here's 2nd and 9. And they'll send the tight end in motion. Snap comes at 1, and it's Allen. He'll get this over the middle here to Palmer. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
Josh Palmer brings up 3rd down.
Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on 3rd. Allen now on the sneak. And he is going to have a Bills first down, at least at first glance, as they'll spot the football just beyond the marker. They find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
At the 38-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll try the middle with Cook. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more.
Sherwood on the tackle.
Jamian Sherwood there to make the stop.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 38-yard line.
Three 3-0 after one on EA Sports. Second quarter now in Buffalo. It's the Bills in control of the football. 38-yard line, 2nd and 9. As they've got it as we resume action. To throw, it's Allen. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
It's now 3rd down.
Looked like both sides were anticipating a quick throw there, and the defense was ready to jump in and deny it, and they did.
Play number 9 on the drive coming up, and they need 9 yards on 3rd down. Allen now looks to throw. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. And the Jets are going to have it here just past the 25. They'll start on the ground. Hall. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. But let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains, that means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
Here's Taylor. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
It's always tough trying to keep your guy upright when he's trying to throw the football. When you're dealing with those big, bad guys on the defensive front, it's even tougher. And this time, those guys on the opposite side won the battle, getting to the quarterback and knocking him into an incompletion.
The Jets on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 7. Now Taylor. That's complete. It's Adnan Mitchell. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Now it's Taylor. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
I would say it'd probably be a good idea for him to reintroduce himself to his receivers at the half because they're definitely on different wavelengths. But I also don't advocate waiting that long. Next series before you get out there. Hey, let's get together, guys. Let's get this thing moving.
Taylor incomplete on first down. Here's 2nd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Looking here for Smith downfield. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Arian Smith, 54 yards. And the Jets have taken the lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They'll start this drive out on the ground. Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. From the 25, here's a 2nd and 8. To the air, Allen. Slant route going to be caught by Palmer. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 2.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Will McDonald there on the tackle.
No gain on the play.
And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Shakir hauls it in. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 40. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Up the middle, it's Cook. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
This 2nd and 4. Again, it's Cook. Shedding the tackle that gives him some room. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. It's a gain of 13 and a Buffalo first down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
The first carry now. This is Johnson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
An awful lot of congestion in the middle third of the field, but how about our defensive tackle right there? He didn't just hold the line, he provided some push and smacked the ball carrier down for a loss.
And now they'll throw with Allen. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
He already came through for them on this drive. No surprise that they were hoping he could do it again.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Allen. Open man is Palmer. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a 4th down.
And that big gain may just change the thought process here on 4th down. I think in the red zone, they might now consider going for it on 4th down.
They'll run for it. Cook. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. James Cook taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Bills take a chance, but they find pay dirt on 4th and goal. So they only needed a couple of feet there on 4th down, but they got more than that and then some as he takes this into the end zone.
And I love your description right there, right? 4th and short. They got that. No problem. Let's go ahead and get the rest of it. Finish it off in the end zone. Touchdown. Everyone goes away happy on that one.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game, even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
They go play action with Taylor. He gets it left side of Johnson. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 50-yard line.
2nd and 7. From midfield now, here's Taylor. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Multiple players getting home there, and it's a loss of 2 on the sack.
How about that? One of the so-called little guys putting the pressure on. That was a strong safety. When I was in college, we often called that a lightning blitz.
And this offense on 3rd down today, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. Taylor. He's going to float this one deep right side. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Thus far, they have been able to move the line of scrimmage very well in the running game. Almost felt like they said in the huddle, can you guys pass protect? Let's take a big shot downfield. Didn't get it on that one, but they may come back to it again.
So on 4th down, Austin McNamara comes on to punt. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it?
And it's scooped up by the Jets. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Powers through. A solid gain of 7 yards that time on the keeper and a first down.
7-yard gain. And the Bills first down. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Cook up the gut. And space tough to come by there as he'll get maybe a yard to the 37.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Here's Allen to throw it. Over the middle, complete. It's Palmer. So the completion good for 6 yards. And now we've got a 3rd and 3. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
From the gun, it's Allen. And that will be incomplete.
Well, they came up with points in their first 2 possessions, but it looks like they'll come up empty here on their 3rd drive. The defense finally starting to get locked into them a little bit. Might have to go a little bit deeper into their playbook on their next possession.
Here's Mitch Wishnowsky now. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
After the incompletion, they'll try once more from the 20-yard line on 2nd and 10. Now Taylor to throw. Johnson with a completion over the middle. And a nice pickup there as he'll get about 9, and that will lead us to a stoppage here at the 2-minute warning. From the gun on 3rd down, it's Taylor. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Jets first down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches.
That's a big conversion there on 3rd down because they did not want to give the ball up here late in the half. They'd love to take the clock all the way down and score. This will definitely help the cause.
Again, it's Taylor. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Joey Bosa. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half.
How about how they spread the field in their formation? All those receivers running around, and not a single one of them finds a window in that zone. Great communication on the back end. Everyone pointing out different guys in their assignments. And guess who pays the price? The quarterback as he gets dumped.
Complete. This is Mitchell. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Now it's Taylor. Throw left side complete. That's Mitchell. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the Bills' 38-yard line.
Handoff running left. Here's Hall. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 51 yards rushing for him now. He's only carried the ball 4 times.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. On 1st down, right back to Hall. Now the Jets going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half.
At the 13-yard line.
This is 2nd and 8. Now Taylor. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to him. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He'll try and do this himself. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. A good, tight football game thus far. 10-7 the score as we resume action on EA Sports. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
As they began this drive, I was wondering how they were going to attack since they're playing with the lead. Would they continue to try and push the ball downfield? Well, after one play, it appears that the answer is yes.
And they just did not get the snap away in time. Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. Here's Allen. Looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Make it now 3 tackles for a loss in this game, 1 for each quarter.
And for a guy who played defense in college, I can just tell you that he's feeling very satisfied right now by what he's doing. But he's elated because he knows what he's doing is helping his team win the game right now. Making some big-time plays getting into the offense's backfield.
And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. He's certainly one of those quarterbacks that can burn you with his mobility, but that time able to hem him in and get him to the ground.
Perfect descriptor right there about how they kept him in the pocket. Excellent job of containment, but they were still able to continue to bring such strong pressure without letting him escape. But how about those guys in the secondary as well? Kept the coverage tight, plastered to the receivers, and left no real options for him to throw it downfield.
Taylor able to use those legs of his to pick up a 1st.
After the sack, you could understand him maybe being a little bit nervous back there, a little skittish, but looked awfully decisive when he took off and ran.
Very decisive and picked up that 1st down in the process. Option play, here's Hall. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, that's exactly what you want on a 1st down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Here's Taylor. And this one too low. He released that awkwardly. It almost looked like a pitcher who gripped his fastball a little too hard and let it go late, and it bounced in front of the plate.
Yeah, one of those fastballs that ends up at 57 feet, not 60 feet, 6 inches. Just a little short with the arm, which is unusual because we saw him in warm-ups. He's got a big, strong arm when he delivers it with confidence.
To throw is Taylor. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
So on comes a field goal unit for the Jets. Here's Nick Folk. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. Folk's kick is good, and that will knot us up at 10. Well, whatever was said in the locker room during the break must have worked. They forced the turnover. They didn't get the touchdown, Charles, but it does translate into 3 points to begin this 2nd half.
Exactly as they discussed in the locker room at halftime. Get some points to get things kick-started. Now start your half off with some momentum. Gives you something to build on for your next possession.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Now, this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive. Well, that was pretty. Sidestepping defenders on his way to a pickup of 9 yards.
10 yards on the
On
pickup.
any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before that he always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Here's Cook again, and he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 67 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? 2nd and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy 1st down conversion. Now Allen. Setting up the screen for Cook. No gain on the screen there at second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. 2nd and 10. To throw, it's Allen. Now, a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
And in the second half of a tied game, every decision gets magnified. And here, if he forces this ball, it could be intercepted. So that's the prudent play to just airmail it out of bounds.
An incomplete pass on second down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Allen now looks to throw. Looking on the out route, he finds Shakir. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now to be 4th and short.
Allen will look to throw for it on 4th. And he will have a first down as they get into the ground at the 37. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
Evident there that he learned his lesson from the last drive. No way he was going to force a throw that time. When nothing broke open, kept it, and ended up running for a first down himself.
Now Cook, he's got it off the draw. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times. And what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's a 2nd down and 9. Allen going to throw. He'll get this over the middle here to Palmer. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And now it's 3rd and 3.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
Throwing now is Allen. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7.
And that could be one of those turning point plays in a ball game. A field goal gets you the lead here, but they want to make a statement and get 6 points. And they're certainly going to get that opportunity as they get the conversion and set up 1st and goal.
Allen. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete. Well, right now, the story of this game continuing to be the defenses because the offenses, they're finding it difficult to establish any rhythm whatsoever.
I like how you come to us in praise of defense, Brandon, because that's exactly right. That was an incompletion forced there, but we've seen it throughout this game. Both of these defense coordinators, they're a step ahead of their offensive.
And Cook will get in for a Bills touchdown. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bills have moved out in front. He's given him a little jolt, just gave him the lead there, but 2 TDs now in the game.
And that jolt puts them in the lead. What a terrific job by him. He is carrying the ball and simply saying, I want to win.
And now he's hoping his defense has that mentality as they try to hang on to that lead. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Here's Taylor. They find themselves down 17-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
from the 33. Here's 2nd down and 5. They'll send Mitchell in motion right. They snap it at 1. Now it's Taylor. That's another one complete to Mitchell. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
Now the play clock hits 0 here, and we're going to get a delay. The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Give to Hall running right. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. 65 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
Here's Taylor to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Johnson. Will go down as a gain of 6. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
Brings up 3rd and inches.
They'll try to sneak with Taylor. And he is going to have a Jets 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
It's no accident they've been moving the ball well all game long. This offensive line has done an excellent job adapting to everything the defense is throwing at them and creating holes for their runners.
They go play action now. Taylor. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
3rd quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Off the play fake, here's Taylor. Out right, he's got Ruckert. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Well, that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
Taylor. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. Here's Allen following the fumble recovery. A quick throw there is incomplete. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
We're in the 3rd quarter in upstate New York with a 2nd and 10. Here's Allen to throw it. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
Cannot get away, and down he goes. Will McDonald gets in there to take him down.
He's known for his legs and his fancy footwork, but he's not getting much of a chance to use it here. The defense continued to hold the upper hand by bringing him down on that play.
The Bills send the punter out as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. On the return is Williams. It'll wind up being a net of 41. 9-yard return, 50 on the punt. And the Jets will take over. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Right now they're on the wrong end of the scoreboard, and that won't change if this drive ends like the last one when they had that lost fumble. So you have a feeling taking care of the football is certainly paramount right now.
Yeah, and it's not just the guy who dropped it on the last drive, is it? That means everyone who might touch the ball is getting the same message. Guys, ball security, paramount. Let's take care of it, and if we do, we've got a chance to put points on the board.
Ball again on second down. And he'll be taken down after a decent gain, and that will bring us to the end of this third quarter of play. We're off to the fourth quarter here on Christmas Eve. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Buffalo. It's Jet football, but they trail here as we start the fourth quarter. On third down, here's Hall. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. 80 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
In motion right here comes Johnson. Hall again. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Nice run defense presented there, and what I mean by that is discipline. Guys filling the right gaps in the right holes, no one over-pursuing, and making a very nice play.
From the 38 now, here's second and 9. Now it's Taylor. And the Bills are going to get it as he goes down. They'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's third down. And they weren't in zone coverage, they were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Taylor hit. He lost the football. Second time in this game, Charles, the ball has squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on him.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled?
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And they will take over first and 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Now Allen off the bootleg. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete. Josh Palmer, the intended target, but it'll be second down.
Second and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Now Allen. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
A couple of quick incompletions, and now they're just one more away from getting off the field. They've got options now. Could they dial up a blitz here or just drop everyone into coverage to crowd the throwing lanes?
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. To the air, Allen. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
51 yards on the punt there. And the Jets will take over first and 10. Now Hall to start the drive. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Nice chunky yards on first down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on second. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
2nd down and 6 now. Now Taylor. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice, long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Now Taylor to throw. That's to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
And this defense definitely in his head there on 3rd down, and he's pretty fortunate. They didn't call him for grounding on this one. That was a good 10 feet over everyone's head.
Here's the Jets punter now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. This is brought in at the 21. Call that 49 yards on the punt. They do get 7 back on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Well, it may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, 4th quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
No, that is his game, and that's what they're going to ride.
And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41. I'm sure that that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. That's completed right side to Palmer. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a 1st down.
That's good for a Bills 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Check it out.
Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And a pretty big hole as he's down to about the 40. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
They run it again with Cook. Oh, able to avoid him. And some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone. That good for 19 and a 1st down.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
And that's the type of run that they're looking for, because they'll need to continue to rely on him to move the sticks in this tight game in order to preserve this lead.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. And now they'll throw with Allen. And it's caught. They'll get only 2 there, and it's 2nd and goal.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks, because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the...
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Josh Allen taking it in from a yard out. And the Bills have opened up a 2-touchdown lead here in this 4th quarter. Well, that's certainly going to bump up the old win probability index because now it's a 2-score game here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you're taking me into that deep water now. Win probability index. This game's definitely not over. We're not looking at a 0.5% or something. It's just 2 scores. But the way that this team has played, to me, what I've seen, they absolutely deserve to win this game. They've been the better team by far throughout.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put.
Throw out wide is incomplete.
A great job defensively taking away his receivers, and he was forced to put that one into Lake Erie, but that's what good quarterbacks do. They don't take unnecessary chances if they don't have to.
Taylor incomplete on first down. Here's 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. Had his hands on it, but dropped it. The rookie making a little bit of a rookie mistake. 3rd down.
On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Taylor. He's going to float this one deep right side. And unable to connect, incomplete. Well, give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. But correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
Here's 2nd and 10. Again, it's Taylor. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They'll try and throw for it with Taylor. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 44. Off play action. Allen. This is caught. It's Cooks. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
Give to Cook out of the gun. And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22.
14 yards.
The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Handoff comes to Cook. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is first and goal. Now Allen. A quick throw there is incomplete. Brandon Cooks, the receiver he was going after. But it'll be second and goal. Allen now looks to throw. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to third down.
Down near the goal line, things really get physical. You're always anticipating a running play, but when they do throw it, things happen quickly. A little bit of a bang-bang play there that falls incomplete.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, third and goal. To throw, it's Allen. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete. How about the defensive stand here from first and goal, 3 straight incompletion.
Yeah, I think people are wondering why didn't they try and run it at least once in there. But once the first incompletion happened, it's almost like they were committed to throwing the ball from then on out.
A 24-yard attempt.
Prater's kick is good, and the Bills will add on to their lead. So that almost certainly the final piece to this puzzle, a 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
But you know, normally I'd get on you for giving up on the game right here, but I do think you're right in this case. This late in the game, 2 scores is tough enough. 3, I'm with you. That seems out of the question.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And the complexion of this one has really changed a fair amount. That last field goal makes it a 3-score game, so they need points in a hurry with time dwindling in the fourth quarter. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it's second down. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
Take him down. The Bills get to him. Daquan Jones fighting his way home to get the sack.
And it's third down. 3rd and 8.
To throw is Taylor. He's going to let it fly. And, that's going to wind up incomplete. Nearly their first pick of the game, but it does bring up 4th down.
Looks like they're going to keep throwing to the bitter end. This one's long since over, but give them credit. They're going to go down fighting. That one, incomplete.
So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
It's a turnover on downs.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
Now 2nd and 5. And Allen is actually going to throw it here. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Now that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
3rd down and 1. They'll run it. Here's Cook. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now.
You know, it's become cliche, but we have seen it and observed it. When runners have days like what we're seeing right now, they often take their offensive linemen out for steaks afterwards, don't they? They all go buy them dinner. But after a play like that, he might reduce and might go to the corner and just grab a hot dog or two, huh?
Hey, I mean, they've still been blocking for him well in this game. They don't get one mulligan up front.
Okay, so what we're saying then is we're going petite filet instead of porterhouse. How's that?
8 ounce is good.
All right, just checking.
So it's a victory here for the Buffalo Bills. And it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets. Defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Held them to just a field goal. That's a heck of a job. I mean, when they went out there with that determination and a pretty good game plan, pretty good idea of what they wanted to accomplish, just love the execution, love the tenacity, love the way they finished.
So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.